Alon, Wasalon, you're with the Nasty Pastor, and I'm back with another chapter reading from our Stolen Legacy. This been something though, you know what I mean? This right here been something, you know. We're getting into summary of conclusions, but we're at a point in this book that we're really basically talking about Aristotle, Plato, Socrates. Lord, I might apologize. I might have messed my spot up where I was at. Here we go. Where I was at, and so we're at summary of conclusions. And like I said, chapter 6 big. This is a big chapter. You know what I mean? It go for a while. This is the rest of chapter 6, if you can see it, what I'm holding in my hand. It goes for a while, and I'm not going to hold too much talk. I'm going to go on digging into this, and let's have fun. Let's understand some things. Let's really know that our culture, yes, our culture, it's stolen. Yes, we mistreated this culture. You get me? We mistreated this culture, and we placed ourselves at a disadvantage within our own culture. You feel me? A disadvantage within our own culture. Let's go on and get into the summary of conclusions. His doctrines. The doctrine of being two on. By declaring the attributes of being as the actuality or determining principle and potentiality, or the indeterminate principle, Aristotle attempted to explain reality in terms of the principle of opposites. But this principle was used not only by the Pythagoreans, Parmenides, and Democritus in a similar manner, but also by Socrates in his attempt to prove that the immortality of the soul, and by Plato, who saw reality as the concept of being things as distinguished from the things themselves. As the pneumonia, that's pneumonia. Noumena as distinct from phenomena, as the real distinct from the unreal. But the principle of opposites originated from the Egyptian mystery system, whose gods were male and female, and whose temples carried in front of them two pillars as symbols of the principle of opposites. It is obvious that Aristotle was not the author of this doctrine, but the Egyptians. Now we're going to get into part 2 of the summary of conclusions, which the title will be The Existence of God. The teleological concept has not only been embraced by Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, but also by the peoples of the remotest in antiquity. In the accounts found in the first chapter of Genesis and in the Nephite theology, found in chapters 20 and 23 of Franklin's ancient Egyptian religion, creation proceeds from chaos to order. You get it? Come on now. Come on, let me say that again. Religion. Oh, let me say this. Let me say this again. Ancient Egyptian religion, and that has a comma right there. Creation proceeds from chaos to order. You have to create something to bring order. You feel what I'm saying? You have to create something to how to say it. You have to create chaos, and then you have to create something to eliminate chaos, right? Right? Okay, I say this to you once again, you know what I mean? Please understand, this culture we in got out of hand. This culture we in got to the point that it was about money. Got to the point it was about stealing, killing. It got to be more devilish than righteous. As I said, you know what I mean? I was created in 1998. You feel what I'm saying? To lead this culture. Back off me. You feel me? Back off me. I don't ask for money. I don't ask of you to do anything but listen. I haven't even asked of you to put actions to anything but to get off of drugs. And I keep asking you to just try. Just continue to try. I know you're not going to get it overnight. I know you're not going to stop overnight. But all I'm asking for you to do is to continue to try. I ask of you to raise your babies, especially you men. I'm asking you to get up, raise your men children. You feel me? Raise them. Grab them while they're young. And it doesn't matter that when they turn 18 or 21, they don't want to be around you. You shouldn't even worry about that. You shouldn't worry about that. You made an investment that is getting ready to at a what we call an adult age travel in a world that they're blind to. It's your duty. You get me? It's your duty as a parent to give them insight. You get me? Not hold their hand and give them insight. You're supposed to put that insight in them before they're 18 or 21. Let's get this over with. By definite and gradual steps, showing design and purpose in nature and suggesting that it must be the work of a divine intelligence. The dates of these sources carry us far back into antiquity, many centuries before the time of Aristotle, between 2000 and 5000 BC. We are also told that in addition to the teleological concept, Aristotle introduced the concept of the unmoved mover in order to prove the existence of God. But the unmoved mover is none other than the Atum of the Memphite theology of the Egyptians, the demiurge. Come on now. Woo. The demiurge. Come on now. Through whose command, Logos, 4 pairs of gods who created out of different parts of his body and who accordingly moved out of him. This act of creation took place while Atum remained unmoved. Now, come on now. 4 gods created out of the demiurge body. You feel what I'm saying? The demiurge is the same as Atum, right? You know, if I'm processing this right, Atum is another name for the demiurge, right? Is that what you process? I'm going to read it to you again. Through whose command, Logos, 4 pairs of gods were created out of different parts of his body and who accordingly moved out of him. This act of creation took place while Atum remained unmoved. Now the demiurge is the unmoved one. But make movers, right? Okay, let's keep on going. As he embraced Ptah, thus the family of 9 gods was created and has been named the Ennead. It is quite clear that the concept of the unmoved mover is derived from the Egyptian theological or mystery system and not from Aristotle, as the modern world has been made to believe. Incidentally, but no less important, it might be mentioned here that in this story of the created gods by Atum, the sun god, into a family of 9, i.e. the Ennead, we have the original source of 2 important scientific hypotheses of modern time. Now you get how this is confusing? Because see, I've read, you got Amun, that stands for God. You have Atum, that's supposed to be, you know what I mean? But then it says the sun god into a family of 9. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm going to say to you is this right here. You get me? Now the unmover, we can stamp and say that's who the demiurge. And the demiurge created four gods out of the body parts of the demiurge, right? Okay, so you get a tomb, right? You get what they call Amun Re, Amun Ra, who what they say, what I feel is Satan, right? Bam. Then you get Michael. You know, if you want to go into the Holy Bible scripture, you want to go into the Jewish culture. You know what I mean? You get Michael, supposed to be the right hand of the demiurge. And then you get the other two. You get what I'm saying? So I just say this to you, man. You feel what I'm saying? Somewhere we all read, somewhere we all fall up under religion, up under spirituality, and we don't have the best understanding. You get me? The best understanding. But if we can slow ourselves down, if we can really hear the speaker speaking to us, or if we can really hear ourselves reading, you'll catch yourself. You really will catch yourself and understand the trickery in books, the trickery in religion, the trickery that is put here in our lives every day. You feel me? Satan is trickery. You get me? Trickery. Look, you've been with the nasty pastor, and I'm going to wrap this up. And I just say this to you once again. You got what I'm saying. Slow yourself down. Have some patience. You know, if I use the European phrase, Rome won't built in a day. And I know for sure our civilization won't built in a day. It's said the earth won't built in a day. It took 6 days to build everything you see. And I'm talking about what's natural. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about what you looking in nature. I ain't talking about these buildings. I'm not talking about these sidewalks. I'm not talking about these roads. I'm not talking about these streetlights. I'm talking about natural stuff. We're talking about these trees. You feel what I'm saying? We're talking about these animals, these creatures that walk around here. We're talking about the water, the ocean, the rivers, the seas. We're talking about man. None of this was built overnight. Look, you've been with the nasty pastor. It's been another chapter read from Out of Stolen Legacy. I'm out, and I love you.